Hello, everybody. That's P's bum. Because she's just moving things around and whatnot.
Hey, I had to shut off my sound real quick because I didn't do it.
But she's got her brush clean.
My brush is clean. I have fresh water. All is good.
All's good in the world. Hello, everybody. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are
PM Artist
Studio.
Yeah, that looks a little better. I don't know.
A little extra theatrics there.
Yeah. All right. So, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you were here. We like to know that you were here because we're an arty-friendly bunch of folks. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Do all that YouTube-y business that one does. It's over there on that side. See, there's a little like button. We want you to hit that. Boom. Love this. Then it lets other folks know that you liked it. And then if you all like the same things, then it gets recommended. And then, boom, there we are.
Out there for the whole world to see.
And then, yeah.
Appreciate.
If you share it, like Eddie did today. Eddie shares the videos, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. I'm sure there are others too, but his always shows up on my feed that he's shared it. You can always tag me.
Now, how do you get that to do that? I thought it did it automatically.
Well, it does, but see, one of the things that YouTube really likes you to do is grab that little link. There's a share button down there too. You can do that, and then you say copy link, and then you paste it over into
heavens, I don't do that kind of stuff.
Other thing. Yeah, I know.
Sometimes so nobody knows that I share their stuff?
Well, if you share their stuff, oh no, it doesn't like give them a notification necessarily. Now, if you let them know, hey, I shared your stuff, then yeah.
Well, that's disappointing. I was laboring under the illusion
that they're just letting people know things.
Everybody, I was wondering why that they weren't,
being more appreciative.
Hold of me and saying, "Oh, good job! Thanks for doing that."
Yeah, that's why. You just don't. It isn't quite there yet. Okay, so yes, and put your chat on live chat, and then that way you don't miss any of the fun shenanigan things that happen over there. Because there's a lot that happens over there that I don't really talk about. It's because our people are funny and sometimes inappropriate, and that's totally okay with us.
We can't say the word.
Yeah, there's some things that, like,
Mariah says I need to, and I'm trying to do a better job of that.
I'm trying to filter.
Reading before it comes out my mouth.
She is hard enough, just, regular
yeah,
every...
that is not, regulating myself, much less somebody else, for God's sake. I mean, do we even have to talk about that?
Anyway, all right, my arty friends, do say hello in chat. That's how I know that you're here. I'm going to read from the list. A Seminole Mind, that is Sue. Art Curious, that's MNW by... Sorry. Art Curious by MNW, that is Miriam. Brad's here in the chat. Becky's here. Carrie, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo. Darcy. Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda. Irma. Jennifer. We got Jennifer McKenna. Jennifer's Dog's Life. Joni is here. Jocelyn. Lizzie Jean. Lydia. Margie. Marguerite. Mark Hines is here. Hey, Mark, I meant to ask. I know you probably said it the other day. Hope your foot's doing better and all that. Anyway, I didn't see it in the chat because when I'm reading names, then I don't read the chat. And I'm always like,
I think he had to go to the doctor.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it was an appointment.
Checking up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Painting again. Hello. Oh, some other people popped in there. Who is that? Jeanette, I think. A.K.A. Jeanette. I hope you were doing well. And hello to sister as well. Patricia. Seth is here. And Silver Grainer and your Grumpy Gnome. That's Lynn. I want to know how the deck is going. Please send me actually, they're having a little room.
/studio.
Room, yes.
It looked
And
wonderful.
the Shelley Studio, that is Margot. All right, some other people popped in there. Hey, Cheryl and Christy Hartman. All right, look at me on top of that list. Boom, boom. If I missed you, give me extra pinky hello hands like Jeanette and Cheryl did. That's helpful.
Oh, thank
hello,
you, Miriam. I have a special friend that makes these for me.
The hat was made by Miriam. And then the little patch on there was Mechanarax.
And then...
I think that was the name.
Sandy.
Oh, Sandy, yeah. Hooked you up
Sandy
with the little
made
hand.
this for me. I signed her name on the back because she forgot.
I got my Mo jewelry on today. I got my fork bracelet and my little... Izzy keeps asking me if I'm going to put her picture inside there. I'm like, yeah, maybe someday. I got other things.
It's a real nail killer.
Okay, we need to move on
because
she's going to start a new project, and y'all know how that goes. I said, is this going to be 8 days or 8 weeks? We don't know.
We don't know.
You never know.
It's suspense. All right, so I have...
I'm going topside.
Gessoed... Pardon me.
You want some water?
Gesso both sides of this piece of cardboard because that's what we're going to use for the mask. Now, I told Mariah, and she said,
Sherry.
well, I would never expect it to be anything other than something different than what I do.
Yeah.
But what I may do, I've got two approaches here.
I posted my mask in Makers.
Did you?
I did.
I wished I had pictures of all the masks I've made in the past.
Oh, that would be fabulous.
Wouldn't it?
Because I don't think, I mean, there aren't many of them.
No. I don't. I either gave them away or I left them at school as exemplars for the next teacher, which you probably know.
And most of your mask making was before, digital photography.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore,
Yeah.
Y'all know how that went. Although we got albums full of plant pictures.
Well, that's not due to me.
No.
I used to say, my God, can we just get some people in those shots?
I have photo albums of plants.
I do have a really fabulous.
Done really well.
Okay, so basically the gesso that I'm using, because I'm just going to use it all up, and it is mighty fine. Joe Miller, this is Cheap Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
This is good stuff.
So what I ended up doing, because she'll be, you need to be experimenting with all your other gessos.
Well, we may have time to do that. I don't know how many masks. I don't know how many. I may mess this up and not even like it.
Yeah.
There's always that.
There is. Hey, Zinjen.
And
Hey,
what
Sophia.
I want
Hey, Michelle,
that
with
little,
one now.
the one you didn't use. You got it handy over there? The mask form you didn't use that you printed out.
Well, yes. This one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
All right. So basically, the whole thing is you don't have to do this, and I'm going to show you why. Okay.
Have more.
I just need one that had the eyes showing, because the that's kind of important. And I definitely want this to be asymmetrical. I did find a stick, and Mariah gave me.
Aw.
Here's my stick.
I need to put mine on a stick. I'm just gonna get a chopstick.
You send Izzy out, and she's the best stick finder in the world, because that's where that one came from.
I'm just gonna use a chopstick. I'm sure we have.
Well, that's kind of lame. She wanted one that comes down a little further that you can do baldy roll on. And
well, maybe what I'll do is put two sticks together, because that's how chopsticks come. And then if I overlap them and wind them, I can make something decorative there to cover that up.
Well, there you go. There's always plan. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my SpongeBob ruler here.
Hello, Kathy, and hello, Panka.
Okay, nice big numbers here, right? All right, now this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in the middle of my nose, and Mariah's going to tell me the number.
This is very scientific.
Very scientific. I feel that's pretty much in the middle. Do you think?
I don't. No, the other way. Well, there you go.
Right there?
Yeah, it starts there. And then you got 3 inches to the edge of your head.
The edge of my head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, basically, what we're saying here, all right, that's, and the middle of the eye is about 1.5 in, a little less or a little more, depending. The edge of the eye is about 1/2 inch, so that means that there's like 1 inch between the eyes. Is that true, Mariah?
What are you saying? 1/2 inch? Yeah. About, well, yeah.
More or less.
Yeah,
Some
more or
people's
less.
eyes are further apart than others.
Yeah, I find that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that either. Okay, so basically we've got this thing going on here, and there's a
Carrie, I think it might be with the other mask. Or he said, okay, so Carrie said that last year he sent you a full mask. I believe P decorated it and wasn't happy with the result. Oh, could he suggest that you paint it white? Because that would be these, right?
Oh, I was happy with it. I don't know why he said that.
I wasn't happy with it. I thought she could do better. Because, like, she finished it in one stream, I think, which is, we all know.
No, it had to be at least 2 because the paint dry.
Okay, sorry. It was done a lot faster than anything else she's ever done.
I happen to think it's quite nice. I like it.
Uh-huh.
Mariah's the one that doesn't
I
like
don't
it.
like it.
Poo-poo on her. I don't like everything she does.
I know, that's right. Just yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to make our own mask pattern here because this one isn't substantial enough, but we are going to use the eye measurements on this.
You feel the eye measurements are
I
good?
feel they're, close enough.
Adequate.
They're adequate. Now, it's kind of hard to fold this in half.
Here, you want me to do it, match it up?
Yeah.
I can probably do that.
All right, so basically, this is the same size as this piece of, well, actually, the cardboard's a little larger, so that's good. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off and make it symmetrical, like in the middle. But as it goes out, then I'm going to pull it apart because we want it to be asymmetrical. And this is like cutting out.
Belinda.
This is like cutting out hearts.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody understand that? Okay, I'm going to give myself lots of room at the top. But I might want to offset, a diagonal. Don't know that for sure.
Jocelyn's coming along nicely with her mask.
Good. Happy to hear that. All right, so we're going to just do a little notch cutting here. A little notch here. Because then that's going to let us know that that's where we're going with this, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now we open it up. We've got, this is top. Should try top on there.
Hi, Juliet.
Just in case.
And welcome to those of you that are coming in. Do give those thumbsy upsies.
And of course, this is the bottom. I don't think I have to do that. All right, so where's our cut here? All right, see, we got the cut going here. And I'm just going to do some stuff here.
Oh, is this going to be in an asymmetrical situation? Or
Asymmetrical.
are you going to fold it back and cut it, and so that way it is symmetrical?
No, I'm going to, it's going to be totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, you could draw one side.
The whole thing here is we have to take into account the eyeballs. I don't know if we can see them through the paper or not.
If you want to see through the mask, it is important.
Yeah.
You want me to make that darker?
Gosh, I have to grab the only marker in here that absolutely needs to be thrown in the trash.
Fantastic trash.
Fantastic.
Because it holds things that should go out of the house. And I find that fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I have to go and dig out my recyclables as I'm heading downstairs.
Izzy was upset because I threw her bear away into the recycle bin. Because she got this little boba bear, and it was absolutely cute as can be. And I warned her. I said, if you just leave this out and about, it has the chance of getting into the dishwasher. Not everybody here understands what happens to these cute little plastic things in the dishwasher. That happened. But she knew. She knew not to be upset about it. But then she was upset at me for putting it in the recycle bin. Because she still wanted it. She's like, it's still cute. And I'm like, I mean, at this point, I guess it could hold pencils or whatever. It's still in a sort of a bear shape, but...
All right, so there's our eyeball.
Bear.
And if I don't like this, I can do something else.
Yeah, you can.
You know.
You sure?
Okay.
Okay. It seems like the eyeballs tilt, though. I think you need to make it...
Less tilty?
Less tilty. I like the shape, but less tilty eyeball. There you go. I think that's better. I think
that's a better eyeball.
It's more intriguing.
Now, remember, we don't have to worry about mussing this about because this is just our pattern. We're going to draw this off onto my...
onto the gesso chipboard.
The gesso chipboard, which I'm putting it up there so the back side can dry just as well as the front side. Oops. Okay, so we've got lots of room here to add things on to. Now, I don't know what to do down here. I'm not sure that I like that.
Hey, Alice.
Yeah, okay, that's going to work.
So you're going to try to keep it symmetrical?
No.
Okay. Because I was going to say, then just cut it out as is, but... Oh, I'm just looking at this and saying the difficulty level of cutting. Proud of you. Not hard enough time.
Oh,
No,
well,
you need to do
This is
the.
going to be. I'll just cut this eye out
Yes, and then
and just match
copy.
it up
Yeah,
that one.
because
I don't have to. I don't have to do that.
because otherwise you're gonna have wonky eyes, and don't do that. That should be. You can get asymmetrical and fancy on the outside, but eyeballs should be symmetrical if at all possible. That's my personal opinion.
Now the reason I'm doing this is because I want the stick to be an integral part, and so the stick can run from here to here, and maybe even go back behind here, and then come down. And come out down there.
That'll give you really good connection points.
Give me good connection points, then I can come up here because then I've got this idea about something to do with the rest of the thing that sticks up in the air. Okay?
Paula, she does not want it symmetrical. But yes, if you wanted it symmetrical, then just draw out the one side and then fold it back, cut it, and then you have a symmetrical pattern.
If I would do that, then this would be the same on both sides. Everybody got that?
Yep, we're all on board now.
Excellent. All right, so what I'm going to do here, because a lot of times when I put this down on white, I have trouble seeing it.
Well, and I think you can kind of maybe fix some of those that, I don't know, you're very bold with your pointy swirly bits. That's all I'm saying. Because remember, you're cutting on a cardboard, so.
This is true.
I think that might be what, like, I have this, I've either, something bit me on my finger, or I have bruised it somehow. And I kind of think maybe I was doing something maybe with scissors or, see, look at my finger. You see the bruise on it?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did you catch it in something? Oh, did you do that when you put the walker in the car?
Mm-mm.
Because I've closed my finger up in that one.
No, it happened like yesterday. And remember, I was saying something about my pinky, but it's actually my index finger that really hurts.
Yeah, like that.
Anyway, hey, Tina. And hey, Darcy, I'm glad you're back.
Make some of those a little fatter than, because Mariah does have a point.
If it was being cut out of like fabric or something like that, like if you were doing the felted version, I think you could get away with that. But again, they might be more floppy too. You know, it's just the more intricate, the harder it is to cut it out. That's all I'm saying.
This is true.
I think whenever I was doing, okay, I just realized it. All right. See, now I was thinking about it more. When I was cutting out the eyeballs with the X-Acto, I had it really pushed up against my knuckle. That's what it is.
And this is like, when I don't even do it anymore. Writing in pencil before you like actually do the wording in a sign or something. I never follow it anyway, so.
But it's good to have that base suggestion, then you can do the marker business.
And I could have had all this done.
She wanted to show y'all.
Where's the fun in that?
She wanted to show y'all from scratch because I haven't asked her. I said, "Are you gonna prep anything?" She said, "No, I'm gonna do it all in the stream." Said,
and the thing about it is then when you have people say, "Well,
hey, Sinjin,
I didn't see that part of it," you can
hey,
just
Emma,
reference them back to the stream and say, "Here you go." I'm a terrible cutter, I will just tell you right now.
She is. That's usually my job. I was gonna offer, but my finger really does hurt a lot. I think I might need that.
You probably should put some.
I need to put some stuff on it.
Tiger balm on it or something.
Should.
Good.
Why don't we have Tiger Balm just like right here?
I have some right behind me. I don't keep it out on my desk because I don't want people to think I'm sorry about that. I'm hypochondriac or anything.
Like you need it all the time.
I do. So I've got it in a thing back. I've got it in a container back here. Now, I really thought about this, and you know, I was going to make it very straight liney.
Straight liney.
But here's the problem. Number one, that's not very much fun. And once you've committed to that, I just feel like your options have been
All right, Paula. No worries.
somewhat. Your options have been cut down to a fewer choices.
Mm-hmm. They're always very impressed when you bring out the big shears.
Well, go big or go home.
She's compensating.
We all do for something. You know, pig pick 'em up trucks. We all know about
I use the
that.
little scissors. Actually, I have multiple sizes. I don't know what that says.
Choices.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, what is sticky that I keep getting?
Is it your gesso?
Maybe it is. I thought it was dry.
Yeah.
But now it feels kind of gooey.
Is it candy or,
Could be.
you know?
Some caramel centers get away from you sometimes.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. Sometimes it's best to come back around and then, you know.
And the other thing about this is if you really want this to be something that you want it to be more face fitting rather than flat, I'm going to show you a little tricky do here.
Mm.
I'm not going to show you. I'm
This is more
because I'm not.
Well, this one's going to be more masquerade where like it just, you know, kind of hangs out in front you because it'll be on the stick. You want to use my little scissors?
Nah,
All right.
I got it. Like I said, all of this, there isn't anything exact about this. It doesn't really matter. If it did matter, you take more time to do this and, you know, be really exact and whatever. But in my experience, that really isn't like a big whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Oh, Alice has a good suggestion. She says another option when you're cutting out something complicated is to cut it into several pieces, then join them back together afterwards. Oh, that's a really
Hadn't thought about that.
That's a really good suggestion. Because you're right. Because sometimes you're like, okay, if I just didn't have this in the way I could get here, but then you can always glue it back together. Especially something like this that's a pattern. You can piece it into, you know, the next thing. But now I don't know when she gets it into the cardboard situation. I don't really know. I don't know how to deal with that.
All right. Gather the
Susanna, no, she's making a mask. Mm-hmm.
Spill all over the floor, I swear to God. All right, now,
Teak.
employ the
That was funny.
embroidery scissors here. Because we are going to go ahead and just identify and cut out the eye right away. Because what you're going to see when you see Mariah's mask finished, by the way. Is it okay if I say that?
Yeah. Yeah, I posted it in Makers.
Oh.
Yeah. I hashtagged it with the color combo and the collage prompt. And then I was thinking, I don't know if it really falls under collage, but I think it kind of does, right? I mean,
Won't you glue on things other
I
than
did.
what was there?
I feel like that's collage, right? Or
That's
assemblage.
collage. There you go.
Maybe we should put like that in, you know.
you had parts that were cut out and placed on top of. I think that's
It counts.
perfectly legit.
Oh, look at you. There you go. I don't know about that, Susanna. That
What?
seems bold. She asked if you would end today. If you would, finish it.
Oh no, it's not going to be finished today.
But I am impressed with the speed at which she is getting this done. So I think she's making good progress.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. We can always adjust the eyeballs.
One's a little squinty, it seems. One's smaller because you went on the inside of the hole. But maybe if you put the outline on it, then it will be better. But that's okay. We all have, like, one of my eyes is bigger than the other. Everybody's a little bit like that. You have one that's kind of smaller.
Probably not as much as this, but we don't care about that.
Could be, it's almost a wink.
It's almost a wink and a nod. Okay, so we'll make the bigger eye because we can always cut out the if this needs more removed, then you can do that.
Hello, Marcia. You snuck in there on me. I was like, okay, kind of saw some pink hello hands. There we go. Yeah. See, Eddie says the left half of your body is always slightly different than the right. Ask any tailor.
Yeah, I have one leg that's inches, and I didn't discover this until I went to have pants, like altered by a real person.
Mm-hmm. Some of that can be adjusted chiropractically.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that can be, something that happened at birth. Did you know that? That's why if you had any issues, giving birth, whatever, if there was trauma, you should take your child to a chiropractor right away and solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, I've seen some of that on. I watched some of those videos. It's pretty amazing, really. And they say even like the babies that they consider like colicky or whatever, actually sometimes it really is a matter of a kind of an adjustment or a slight shift in out, holding them, so that way as they do develop, they're set better. That's the best way I can explain them. But I enjoy those videos. Makes me happy when those babies are happy.
There we go. So both sides are gesso. They're not really dry. They're still kind of soppy.
Soppy.
Soppy. It's like, but that might facilitate cutting. And I don't,
Same way, Carrie. Yep. Actually, both Brad and I know that because we use so like when you get the earbuds and they come with the different ones, we use you don't use the same size thingy for both sides. So I think a lot of people are that way. That was funny.
Well, let me tell you what, when this has got 2 coats of gesso on it, all of a sudden it becomes a lot more formidable.
Yeah, that's why I said. See,
okay, I'm going to go up in a little bit more here and make this a little more.
Yeah.
But see, that's the kind of thing that you can make that decision at this point. You don't, just because you have those lines there doesn't mean you have to slavishly follow them.
Now we should be playing Britney Spears.
What?
Nothing. But aren't you glad I made that suggestion even on your first round? Because you're trying to do those swirly bits. I was like, that's bold.
Well, that's me.
I know. Yeah, dad jokes welcome. Yes, and trimming off extra.
Getting off of this because it just gets in your way anyway. What?
That was funny, Eddie. Well, so there's Britney Spears song, and she says, "I'm a slave," or whatever. So, you know, you were talking about don't be a slave to your line there, which was funny.
I know.
Right.
She's a blonde girl, right?
She is a blonde girl. I'm glad that you know that. And then Eddie made a funny in the chat that says, "Oops, I did again." The senior citizen version. Which is, it's funny. Your phone's going off, or somebody's phone. Was that you?
No.
Okay. Oh, I think
it's
Brad's mom's here. Lola. Because I'm like... She's,
look at that.
Look at that. She's proficient with these here big old shears.
Well, I'm using my medium ones now.
Oh, okay. She downsized. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies. If you would, please. If you're watching in replay, please comment down below. Let us know. Are you enjoying this? Do you have questions? Is piece cutting just the most entertaining thing you've ever seen? It's dramatic. At least that, you know. Her use of sharp objects here lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep you on the edge of your seat.
I'm already bored with this.
And like I said, I would offer up, but my finger really does hurt.
I didn't realize you were injured. I thought you'd probably get really disgusted with me about halfway through this.
I am slightly, but I'm working through it.
She's working through it because she's got an injury.
I do.
Don't worry, I'll come back and get that little curly cue.
Hello, Madam Beck. Happy you're here. Hey, Reverend Sonia. Hello. It's been a little bit. Always happy to see you. I'm telling you. Again, bold move with the chipboard.
All right. We're just going to put this aside for a minute. I'm tired of doing this. Okay. We're going to do something else.
Well, here, give it to me and I will work on it a little bit.
Oh, I know, but I feel like that's really unfair.
No, it's okay.
Jeez. All right, let me throw this stuff away. I don't anticipate needing that other. I don't know. I've already screwed it up so you can't use it.
Okay. And hello, Miss Allie K.
All right, this is good because this is going to give me a chance to talk about, you know, what do I want going on here as far as surface treatment.
Surface treatment.
Because I really, you know, I picked purposefully the whole idea of using this more swirly edges of the, you know, whatever there. That's a large thing. I wanted to kind of get it out of here because I need room to do some other stuff.
Hey, these scissors nicely, like I can put my finger on the outer part and I don't have to have them on the inside. So this is doable.
Okay, I don't know why I don't have a clean looking. I hope y'all noticed my shirt today. Down below it says "Save the Books."
There you go. I've got my be prepared to modify your plan. I feel like that's always important. I should have more of these shirts. I want them kind of in all colors. I also have some plans for some new ones. I just haven't been able to get over there and, you know, upload it. Because I like to do two different versions because, like, the white text I think is better on certain shirts. And then the black text on the other. So it does take, like, a little extra time. You know, it's not that hard.
I hear you totally.
Oh, but I will say, I don't know if it's still going on today, but they are doing another one of their big sales over there on TeePublic. That's where we have our shirts made. So I don't know if y'all want to check that out.
Well, I don't know what this is, but Mariah, here it is. It isn't caramel.
It's not food.
But I don't
Did you
know.
smell it?
See?
Yeah. Well, sniff it. Does it have an odor?
Not distinguishable. I should have you smelling it. God knows it.
Yeah, you're not really a trustworthy sniffer.
Looks like it might be molasses, but I didn't have any molasses up here.
I didn't bring any up here.
I do like some.
Hey, did Izzy have her little squishy bear thing up here? Because it's leaking. I kind of feel like I should get rid of it.
Oh, you should. Good God, you don't know what's inside that.
Well, I mean,
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say it's they tell you that it's
Not-
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to talk about this very quickly because Miriam, are you still here? I think this is the one that she wanted.
Maybe.
Remember I was going to work on it and you said you would take a chance?
Miriam.
Miriam, you speak up there, girl. She sends me all kinds of stuff. I need to reciprocate. And then I just wanted to go over this once more because when you're making these books, remember, whatever is in that top third is going to be on both ends and in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when you're doing something like this, it's really like, oh, well, seriously, is that like really important? And I don't know, maybe.
That was kind of my feeling on it.
Just don't know.
She says yes and yes.
Yes and yes. This was the one. This was the one that you wanted. Okay, very good. I still need to address the back of it in some way. And I don't know, do you want to write in your book? Or do you want me just to do decorative things? You let me know. Because I will customize it to your specifications.
There you go, like that.
All right. Now, where are we here? All right, let's just do this. Because I've got this on the plate. Remember? And where's my other? Here's my. Okay. So you can kind of see what's happening here. Look at this. This is kind of nice that I've got this part, And I don't know that I necessarily, but this is fairly transparent. So I'm thinking I'm going to use my bright yellow to pull this with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Because then that's going to turn this sort of greenish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to pump up the purple to be sort of a beautiful sky color. That's my feeling.
I don't know about all that.
You just mark my words. It's going to make that. It's going to make that kind of red violet.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have used, my favorite, transparent red iron oxide.
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
Come on. Lay down there. But,
Do you want me to cut out the eyeball?
okay, so what, yeah, please. What I want here, and I'm going to use tissue paper. Because I think the tissue paper is going to go on that surface a whole lot better than flat paper. All right? Everybody with me on that?
Yes, and I showed that yesterday, Alice. Remember the I've taken photographs. So on this coming Monday, I will be doing my photo layout, my journal entry, for my create a modified character, because I feel like that was, and I didn't really like the other stuff that they suggested there, so I've already altered my little thing that I put into the journal. But see, I have pictures, and then the pictures and the cards.
I just think that this is just so brilliant what Mariah's doing. I really wish I'd thought of it so I could take credit for it. Okay, now look at that.
Well, you made me, so you
This
know.
is true.
Yeah.
I did, and you're my most
Don't
proud
don't tell my brother.
creation so far. I really am going to have to just bite the bullet here sometime soon, and
Yeah, it's looking pretty warty.
it's looking very warty. I mean, it's not like totally affecting the quality of the print, but in a lot of ways, it kind of sort of is. Oops.
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 She did it again.
Did it again. Okay. I'm in love with this P thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just really and I don't think it always reads as
No, that a lot of people said like they saw boats and there's lots of things that could be
cellular, whatever. But I think that is what makes a stencil really something to.
That's okay, Alice. Yeah, no worries.
If and that's like the cactus. I can't tell you enough about the cactus, and I just keep talking about the cactus.
Yeah, she does.
If you don't have this one, you need it, because I mean I use it for everything, and I'm soon. A lot of the little points are getting filled in,
but they are large enough on this particular thing that
and I really think that I can just come back in and cut them.
Oh, well, you can do that too.
Because everything else out here is far, it has enough space in between things that it's not getting filled in. And so there is that.
There is.
All right. Now, we've got this one. This is a little bit different story here. This is it's got gold, remember?
Yes, and this was the one, remember, my suggestion was the Titan Pale Green.
Yes, well, they're not doing that. And the reason is because...
She was so kind about that.
No.
Yes, you talked about that.
At another time, I think it would have been. But what I want to do is I'd like to keep it kind of in the same ballpark as my one back over here so that I can use it with my mask when I am collaging onto it.
Okay.
All right, so I can use this transparent red iron oxide.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That's an option. I can use burnt sienna, which is almost, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
It just is a slightly yellower, is the thing about this. And I know I've got the quinacridone, which is even redder than the transparent red iron oxide. So this is really, this is my choice right here. I don't know that I have enough. I had another one here that was. Okay, I've got two that are just about out, so maybe we'll just go ahead and clear them out.
Okay.
Because I know I've got another one in the drawer over here. Boy, when it gets to this stage where you don't have anything to hold on to here.
Yeah. Kind of dangerous.
It is.
Oh, hello, Jackie.
It totally is. Okay.
This is kind of the stinky gesso.
Now, I'm probably going to have enough here that I can come back in with my brush and use this kind of as a wash when I don't need, a whole lot of paint. So I'm not tossing that quite yet.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness. It's wonderful.
And I fixed your eye hole because that was driving me crazy. That other
the eye hole?
Yes. There was no sense in cutting it small. Ooh, that stuff is sticky. Is that? Oh, you had it over here so I could smell it, huh?
I don't know what it is.
Well, there's that. I keep catching just the stinky paint, so I don't know. But it looks like something gluey circular. Lady Gaga would be proud of that mask. It is very Lady Gaga-ish.
Well, I wanted to, introduce gold early on because I know I will be using gold also.
Love me some Gaga. Gaga over Gaga.
I'm feeling like, gold.
Gold.
Feathers, gold, yada, yada.
Hey, I even went back and put in some of your swirly bits on your mask. I want you to ooh and ah.
Bless your heart. I'm so glad I handed that off to you because I was just fixing to get really.
I know.
And just do her up. Good.
Just round it all off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a dot.
A blob.
Blop.
Like to get this down with the least amount of
wrinkles.
Not that it's really going to be a deal breaker or anything, but.
Hey, Christy. She's pulling the pea pods. Well, or working.
Working on it.
Did you get to see her do the pea pods the other day? Trying to think back if you didn't, she did a fab job. And that was on Sunday.
I did keep some of them, but I did cut up 2 of them and put them in the
Oh, in the packets. Look at that. That really changed it up too. Like your eye just goes to different, to different sections versus like what you saw before with the colors that were down there. Is this print for the mask?
It is.
She's gonna peapod that mask.
I'm peapodding it. I think it's gonna be really.
That's what I was thinking too. It has a bony rock look to it.
Oh, it does. Let me bring it back.
Bring it back.
Yes. You can see a ham there. And here's a leg, with still tendons and whatnot attached.
Or almost like little tailbones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, that's going to be a good one.
What's next?
Well, we now wait for those to dry, and I don't think it's going to take too terribly long.
Okay, you've got to get card number 18 done
Let's
today.
work on card number 18. And I might go ahead and work on Miriam's book.
Okay. Boy, look at this. This is 3 different projects all happening in one stream.
Here we go. What do we have? Stars. I tried to give Mariah the stars, and she didn't.
I just handed that back to you.
Hey, I'm going to save these stars for my mask.
Oh, I think that'll look really cool.
Very cool. Okay. So here we've got Mr. B. And Mr. B is going to fit on this card just almost FP.
Fantastically perfect.
Fantastically perfect. Look at that. So we don't have to worry about that side.
No.
So let's talk about this side. Oh, well, I think definitely pink and green.
Do it.
Pink and green, pink and green.
You've been doing a lot of pink and green lately.
Been doing a lot of pink and green.
It's getting towards spring,
Okay, all right. We're going to have to clean this dude off because I don't want any of that.
No.
I just don't really feel, I'm not feeling that. And remember, we've got our quiet tape. But I do think this pink down here is perfect. So I'm not going to pull up any of the pink, although I don't know what that will.
Those are Izzy's little roses that you remember she had kind of left over, and then the piece of flower that I had left over from my project, and then some of the honeycomb, and then P did the gel print, of course. And so it's like a 3-generational, like, Let us be.
I don't want this hard edge here. I want this hard edge down here. Just bust it up a little bit so it's not.
Yeah.
But we can work with that on there.
Jocelyn says when she was a child, she had to wear a huge plastic elephant mask for Halloween. The eyes just didn't line up. And she was sweaty in no time with a little PJ type suit with a detachable tail. And so when she hears mask, that's what she thinks of.
Not a pleasant right. Experience. Okay. All right, let's whip this around here. We're going to have that up here at the top. And then we're going to have some of this pink.
I think that should be another shirt for you, Eddie.
What?
Edgy when it matters, or how it matters. Eddie makes art. Edgy.
Edgy art.
There you go. You can have that one for free.
Edgy Eddie.
I'll send you the marketing bill later. That one you can have for free.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Yeah, you just blurped it all over the side.
It all over.
That's how that happens.
Yeah, I'll clean that up shortly.
Oh yeah, I know. When the kids show up here for Halloween, and let me tell you, we get like it's madness.
The word
we usually
gets out.
Yeah, and we usually what we do is we then block off the driveway and like say no more candy because we don't even let them come up to the door, but like because we sit out there. But yeah, it's nuts. Like when we lived over in Carrollton, we maybe had 3. Just wasn't that. This neighborhood is like one of those neighborhoods. Well, the people down the way, they decorate, and I mean it's a
they
dude.
Advertise.
It's a dude to do. Yeah, they even had the police come around this last year to help move the traffic.
Yeah, I don't know that green is the green that it needs to be, Mariah.
I can make it.
Excellent. That's
Hand it back over.
But look at that pink. See, it's got both of the pinks. It's got that
yes,
lavendery pink, but then it's also got that kind of
corally
salmon-y color. All right. I always feel good when that happens the first time.
I'm very happy for you.
All right, what do we got over here to pull off? Oh, wait, because remember this? Holy cow, that's been on there like forever.
I know.
And this could be a card.
It could be, and we'll need one, because we'll need 19, and because I don't have any more queued up. So I'm just telling you that.
Okay, well I have a whole stack over here, so maybe we'll have time to talk about that.
We want to talk about something stinky. This green is stinky.
Oh, well, I don't think either one of mine over there were stinky. Both of them are pretty.
This spray
now,
one.
Isn't that cool looking?
That's fabulous. Like that's some of that, modern art type business.
It is definitely.
See at the museum.
Some of that modern art kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. We're waiting for calls any day now.
I just had an idea on that, but I'm going to hold off on that. Wow, that's a nice clean plate, too. I love it when I leave them on there and then I take them off and I've got a nice clean plate. Okay, and I think this was the one that was like, but it is a really good print. It could be another one, see?
Mm-hmm.
But it's on the sticky. But see, it's cooled off some, so it's not quite as, I think if I can get it past this edge here where it's really gooing up there.
Uh-huh. Miss Allie loves it.
Oh, the card?
Uh-huh, that last one. Yeah, that one was, we knew that was going to be pretty groovy. She does that with the washi tape.
Now you know that this chamomile paper is tough because I am really.
This is the sticky plate, the one that we think that's been affected by its.
But it prints beautifully, so
keeping it.
I just
She needs that shoulder
it
workout
throws
anyway.
my shoulder out, but it's worth it. Now see, look at that! Isn't that wonderful? All those layers and wonderfulnesses. Oh yeah.
And I put sparkle in it because it needed to have a little nod
Here,
to
you
the
need
sparkle.
to hand that back to me because you can't. I need to hold them next to each other because
Yeah.
once you get it on the back, then you can't see it.
Yeah, you don't appreciate as much.
You don't
of the-
appreciate it as much.
We need y'all to appreciate it fully.
Fully appreciate it. There we go.
Feeling real sassy today.
And I'm just thinking this needs some
Ooh.
green things on it. See, look how good that
Well, maybe, or
looks.
can we just take a piece of that and put it on the bee cart?
Well, I don't mind that.
I think that would be wonderful.
I don't mind that at all. And if you just, don't get too carried away, there'll still be enough there to make another. All right, I'll just hand that back to you.
I'm going to figure that
Because
out.
I think that those are
Friends.
friends. Absolutely. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, I know. It's taping time for some of these.
What time is it? It's taping time. What time is it? It's
I
taping
don't
time.
feel like taping. Y'all don't want to watch that. I think it's boring.
Do y'all want to see some taping? They might. We have some new folks, and they may not have made the association between what was going on with your very fine modern art piece and how that gets made.
And how this, comes across here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, somebody said that I'm a modern art fan. Okay, well, let's just do it then. I'll bring the plates over and we can decide which ones would most lend themselves to this process. Okay, we've got taupe. Remember this? Hey, and Mariah and I were talking about this. Did you already take that down, the book?
What?
The flower book. Where I did the three-part ombre and then I ombre
No.
it again. Okay, all right.
Sorry.
All right.
You just kind of caught me in a different. I had to,
Yeah, okay. She had to readjust. All right, so remember this. Well, I don't know. If you're new, you don't because you weren't here.
You were.
But see, you can see a little bit of it right there. See that? That was left over. This is where I mix my paint. Well, in there too. And then we reverse ombre it. Once you get these things together, they're a little bit cantankerous to get back into their
Cantankerous.
get back into their original form. So remember what we did here. We took and put blue on the red end, red on the blue end, and then just put yellow in the middle.
Hey, Rhonda.
But remember, I'd stamped those flowers on there because I'd stamped this color, and this is the same color, see it? This color here is this color. I know it's hard to believe, but it is. Just take my word for it. So, this is what this plate is. All right, now I'm going to hand this back to Mariah and let her fiddle fart around with it and get it back together. It's rather thick, but look at this wonderful, very organic quality that we've got going on the back here. So that's what we're going to try to do. Is we're going to try to keep that whole feel of it, going in organic rather than straight lines. And so I used this tape, and I asked Mariah, I said, do we have any more of this? This really skinny stuff?
Yeah, there's more of it around. There's more up here, just on the thing. There's like 6 more rolls of that. And I got more in other places.
Okay. Well, I don't want to, because I really do. Okay, I've just got to find the edge of this. This is, takes me 15 minutes. Okay.
Do you want me to help you with one?
I got it.
Okay.
All right, so we're looking at it here, and I'm seeing this. So, got my finger here. And remember, you can make your tape
Oh. Okay, Mo has a question.
go in. Yes, ma'am.
Is it important for this technique to be opaque, or is it the thickness of the layer on the plate that is key?
Yes and no. And why am I saying yes and no? Yes to the transparent when you have it. If you have a transparent layer down there, it really adds to the depth of it because then you can keep adding more layers on, right? Once you put down your opaque layer, dunsies. I'm not seeing anything through this. You see anything through this? That's your first clip. So that was a really wonderful question to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost always, I'm not going to say always, because there's been a couple of times when I've made the
It's really best not to
choice
say that.
to go over the final layer with a transparent color. But most of the time, I just... Now, you do need to kind of do this, and especially if it's a thick layer like this. And where we've turned there, there's little notchy things, right?
Little notchy things.
Little notchy things. Okay, it's not wanting to pull. So I'm having to really, and sometimes when you start on the edge and you can get it started. But look see what's happening here.
Yeah.
It's wanting to pull, but it's wanting to pull up a whole bunch.
Yeah, if I would say that you probably have a little bit better luck with a thicker tape.
Yeah, it's not wanting to grab it because it's just...
It grabs enough to create a runner, but it may not be running in the direction you necessarily...
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit... Well, we can just go ahead and follow our line here. It's going to be... This is okay, you know? I don't... I'm not...
Mad at it?
Dissing this.
She ain't dissing it, y'all.
Okay, we're going to just leave that down there for a minute. I'm going to grab some different tape here.
All right, that's a situation, but let's deal with this situation first. Okay, slide that right in there like a... Oh, I think this is fabulous.
All right, well, that was a total wash here.
All right, hopefully you agree with this.
All right, a lot of right now, the thing that I think I'm encountering here is that this last layer is just so thick. It's really, it isn't allowing for...
Hi, Cynthia. No worries. Happy you're here. Welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're watching in replay, thank you so much. Give those thumbsy upsies and let us know down in the comments below.
Get it a lift enough that I can get a hold of a piece
And yeah, that's what
yank it.
That's what Rhonda was saying. She's like, she's just gonna pull it with her fingers.
I'm just, you know, it's just this tape is just not working. All right, well, ho-hum. You can see that that's gonna really, it's gonna be cool. I just,
That's a thick one. And obviously has created a situation.
A situation in there, and look, we've got a little bit of, you can save that.
Just
That's someplace else.
glue it on something.
Glue it on something. Oh, there we go. Got an edge. Because it is a lot thicker on the edge of the plate because it builds up there. That's not news.
Could be news.
See, that's looking cool.
Oh, I love it. Kind of looks, you know, what's funny is these last
kind of
few
landscape
have looked like, you know, kind of clawy marks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you just keep turning it back over to see what else it is that you need to do. I want another.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it.
Careful with the edge because I did come in with the little metallic and did the torn edge business.
Oh, yeah. I really love that because you have the organic shape of the flowers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this very geometric edge over here, which kind of a little bit, I mean, because your honeycomb is built from a hexagon.
Yeah.
So that gives a little nod to that. You've got your zoomy edge here, and then you've got this one over here. Colors are repeated. I love it. It needed that.
Number 18. Done, y'all.
Number 18. Okay, I'm going to try to get a little bit more of this one going here. Because I like that they overlap each other. I think that's kind of a cool thing when you're doing landscapey things.
Oh, hello, Martha.
I'm having this shoulder issue. I told Mariah. I said, I did not know what in the world is going on with it.
Well, and you guys carried in groceries, too.
This is true.
And lifting them sometimes out of the back of the car. Put this underneath. Let it.
All right, so what do you think about color here?
Hi, Veronica.
Full color here. I'm not saving these, seriously.
Okay, proud of you.
Just trying to get them out here so they don't muck up the rest of the process.
So which side are we looking at? Okay, this is the side we would see.
This is the side you're going to see, yes.
I think gold would be fabulous.
I think gold would be fabulous, too. It's almost like a kintsu.
Yes.
You know, where you fix things. I've got it up here on this thing somewhere. That's Hashiko. That's not it.
I thought it used to be. Yeah, kintsugi. Mm-hmm.
Kintsugi.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, dark gold, light gold. I'm leaning towards dark.
Yeah, I think so.
This one.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Jocelyn agrees that it could be the groceries.
Well, but it's been bothering me since yesterday.
Well, I know, but I don't think that you helped it any.
Oh, I don't think I probably helped it any. What I need to do is I need to go to the chiropractor so that they can do, because it emanates from the middle of my back. Mm-hmm. I know that because it's going underneath my arms. I can't even do that. It's too painful. Could you take this book and refold it? Thank you.
You're welcome. It is windy. I don't know if y'all hear that knocking around out there, but...
Hello, kids. All right. Paper down on this, baby. Remember, metallics dry fast. So you do not need to be piddle-diddling around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks fabulous.
I think so. Also, copy in. All right. Now, are we ready to do something with the back of Miriam's book? All right. What do I have?
Oh, I can't remember what she had said. Or did you read what she
I didn't. No, you didn't tell me. What did she say?
Let's see. I'm going back. Okay, there. Okay. She will do it. A cover. I will do it. A cover. Do you? You do you, I think is what she's basically saying.
Okay. All right. So I have carte blanche to do whatever I want to do. I'm taking this away because look at this. Yeah, that's
that's
good
nice
stuff, Maynard.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. Brad got her.
What? Oh, look, here's our rainbow.
Yeah.
Rainbow bright.
I was left over from the reverse ombre business.
Okay, you're chuckling, but you're not reading.
Oh, sorry. So, well, they had heard Melly holler, "Where are the kids?" But then Mo said, "I'm sure that's the sound of Brad's mom. Mo, come try this fabulous food I have cooked." Although she hasn't made anything. She brought chicken, but I can't eat it. I might eat it. I might eat some of it. Brad and I keep talking about fried chicken. We have resisted thus far.
I didn't. I don't see any sense in that at my age.
Oh, we know your feelings on. We'll worry about her when she starts saying no to things.
Seriously. Feeling puny, you better get me to the hospital.
Ingrid wants to know, how long do you let it dry?
Well, that's a good question. We'll test it out here in just a minute. Now, I will say, it on the tissue paper, you either want to get it totally wet, a wet pull, or you want to let it totally dry, because it's the in-between stuff that's tears your paper.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a rule of thumb for all of this business that we got going here. All right, now what I really loved the other day was when I used this brown. And then I used some of this kind of grainy stuff.
Yeah, exactly, Jocelyn. Exactly.
What are we exactly?
She says you should have one piece to be polite. It's always justification somehow. Yeah, it's kind of exactly right, Miriam. She says she does immediate pulls or let it dry. You know, it's one or the other, because when it's in between is when you have problems. Issues. Now, the reason it's doing this is it has more water in it than anything else. Because this is an altered mix.
Boy, did you see that? It was splashing clear back over yonder.
Over yonder.
Over yonder. You just kind of, look at that snail, that slug there. Okay, that's fantastic. Now this one, I don't know what this has in it. But it's obviously got a little bit more viscosity.
Yeah, so it has more medium mixed in with it than the water. Because otherwise it wouldn't roll out like that. Darcy said the snail did not survive.
Did not.
Sadly. Every time it rains around here, because like we have these planter box sort of things down in the ground right next to the front door. So a lot of snails live there, and then they kind of, you know, whenever it rains, they venture out. And so we've gotten to the point where we're trained now, but poor Brad, I mean, he usually gets one, and then he's like, oh, it's, you know, it's snail time. Everybody be on the lookout for the snails. I love that. Well done.
Yes, I'm liking it, but I want to just lighten it up just a little bit in case that she wants to...
Oh, right on it or something. Good golly. You know what? There's been a pressure change because my glue, I don't know if y'all have ever noticed this, especially about like the art glitter glue in particular. When there is a change, it will start blurbing up out of it because it gets kind of trapped in there, the pressurization. And I'm sure that that happens to the paint.
Especially if it's sealed.
Oh, I don't know about that, Miriam. That's up to you.
What did she say?
She says, wow, need read? I don't know. So I should probably, like, when you write on it, would you need to be able to read it? She's giving you options, I suppose. Yeah, that's us too, yeah. I think that's pretty. I don't know if you're going to be able to write on it, but it's still pretty high contrast.
We're going to add just a little bit more.
You have 40 minutes.
I'm good. What are we doing?
Well, you got to get back to your mask.
Shoulder.
I'm going to rub some stuff on you. I don't know if you're...
All right, now I'm using, this is titanium white straight out of the chute. Nothing added.
Mm-hmm. She's crackling. You need to be careful with those edges. Look at how beautiful they are. Oh, look at your handprints. You can kind of see them. I was wondering if anybody was going to say anything.
What?
Oh, they like to chuckle about when I put lip gloss on.
When you put lip gloss on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like you put reapplied it?
I do. I don't, you know, I don't want anyone showing up and
talking. Oh my gosh, look at her dry lips.
Yes, poor girl. She's looking crusty. I give them enough to talk about. I don't want crusty lips to be one of them.
All right, now check it out.
Oh, yes. That looks like almost that travertine stone. Now this is a little, you know, like you'd be super zoomed in. I don't think the pattern is that large, but it gives the travertine vibes.
Travertine vibe. Well, that's what I was going for. We're going to pick this up right now because I think it will be very interesting with the
Eddie, see, Eddie reapplies in his videos, but see, he doesn't show face, so, you know. You don't know that he
applies this lip gloss?
Uh-huh. He likes to keep moisturized. He's one of those boys. I appreciate that about you.
Moisturization is certainly high on my...
It is. I know it is. She has lip glue, like, everywhere. Don't...
Oh, I'm being very serious. I make sure I've got some in the pocket of whatever garment I'm wearing.
Remember when that's like, I mean, you turn on HGTV and that's all they talk about is
cold sores.
Yes.
If I don't.
I don't have that issue.
I mean, this is a real serious thing. Mm-hmm. This isn't just some cosmetic BS that's bull snot for those of you that are uninitiated to Texas idioms. Mm-hmm. Now look what a beautiful, beautiful surface we're dealing with there. Look at that.
Travertine to terracotta. We're covering all the surfaces.
I think that is just beautiful.
I love it.
Now, Miriam, you know how to cut this, so I'm not cutting it. It'll travel in the mail a lot better as one large piece. Yes and no.
Yeah, because I worry that like we would need to like put little pieces in between it. I haven't shipped out the other ones, by the way. I did get
they need
Lizzie jeans to her because she placed an order. If you place an order, you get your stuff faster. Just being honest.
The reality of life, folks.
But yeah, because if it's squished together, it has the opportunity to meld together. Okay. Yes, she knows how to do it. Thank you so much, she says. Wonderful.
All right, so you've got that side, and then you've got this side. Now, you want me to sign it?
Well, you want a signature? She hasn't been signing the other ones.
I didn't. But I will for Miriam because I owe Miriam a lot of...
You do.
Specialness. Now, Miriam, if I were you, of course, now you will use that lovely...
You could still sign those other ones because they are still down there.
I could sign all of them.
You should sign all of them. I'll try to remember that.
All right.
Perfect. Yes, please sign, she says.
All righty. Bringing back, let's see. Was this the first one that we did? Yeah. Oh, I wanted to show. Now, this is Christy's.
Yes.
All right. Here, Christy, check this out. I'm keeping this. I did not. I love this so much.
Yeah.
I can't. Was this the one where I think this was the one where I picked up the underneath stuff, brayered it off over here, and then put the gold down before I picked up this stencil. And that's why some of these areas that went smushed together there, I think it looks so cool. And then, of course, this one, I love this one because remember, this was the...
Yeah, that was...
The outers on 2 different stencils.
Yeah, that was a really great session. Just the colors, I mean, were hitting, they were drying at the right times. There wasn't too much, because these had the opportunity to go really brownie and not be as cool as they are.
I just think these are so fantastic.
Yeah, and this was on really Sunday.
This is kind of what, you know, the effect that I'm trying to get here. And I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking this might need a little layer of gold. But you know what? Once I have this on the mask, I can lightly brush gold over the top of certain areas.
You could, yes. Or I could even do the spray and just do that wipe over it because it sets into the paint pretty decently. So that way you're not having like a major...
True that. Okay, I'm very pleased with that.
I can't remember the name of the one chopstick I really, really like. But it's like just a, you know, vanilla, organic something or other. but it's fairly reasonably priced. I really like the one from Kroger, the Organics brand. And they're the big fat ones. And I like the vanilla with something else. Other one the best. But usually they come in a 3.
Oh, yeah.
I like those. Those are my favorite.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so next time you're at the Kroger, if you would pick me up.
I will.
Mm-hmm. Mo's a plain Vaseline kind of girl. It's just...
You know, I really don't mind it, but the taste kind of gets me. I'm kind of into the stuff that tastes good. That's why I like what's her face? That Liz gets me.
The Lancome. She usually gets her with that for Christmas, and that lasts her all year long.
Because it comes in a little like 3-pack. It's almost a shame to cut this up, tear it up, because it's so beautiful. But it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be. And look at the smushy marks.
That's a good print. I think you should make it for the mask, though. All right, you got 30 minutes.
All right.
You gonna get back onto the mask thing?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I think so.
Yes, this is kind of like, you know, the paint water. And, yeah, you don't want to keep your glue stick and your chapstick near one another. No. And let me tell you, I've actually made that mistake with Izzy, like having her art stuff out on the counter.
All right, now I was thinking I could flip this over, but I don't want to because I want this part to be on this side because this is, pardon me, where the stick's gonna go. Right?
Okay. You keep bonking that light and it makes me crazy.
What?
Nothing.
Bonking that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to work. And I think if we keep it right, look, right there.
Yeah.
Then I've got lots of little places that I can do a little slit and stick. Slit and stick. Okay, so I want enough.
By the way, she was really like, she flaunted her stick in front of me, which I felt was rude. And
did you know how many sticks she's disposed of?
And that's exactly what she said to me. So
I did. I did. I was going.
Where's that stick?
Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, she was purposeful about it.
What I really wanted is Izzy's wand, but again, she's
hauled off with
the wand again until it shows
yeah,
up on the floor.
I don't think that would have gone over well anyway, because if she would have noticed that you grabbed her wand,
and I would have had to tear it out of there.
She did. She flaunted her stick. No stick flaunt.
All right, now which way does this tear? Okay.
So what's your thought with this?
I'm just going to start
just go for it,
slapping it down there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see any reason to not.
Well, you know, with the other one, you could just lay it on there because it's so beautiful, and then that way you could capture the whole hootie-doo, and then you could use that one on the back side.
Let's see if we can do that. Because I kind of like that idea.
Oh. And if you need me...
I don't usually like Mariah. Oh my gosh, that's...
And if you want, I will do it. I will glue it.
I would really like for you to do it, because if I mess this up, I will cry tears of not joy.
Okay. Bring it over here, and I will get her done.
All right, I'm just going to pass you the whole thing here.
Okay, perfect.
Well, we'll just do some more gel plating while she's doing that.
There you go.
I'm going to take care of my stick and place it in a safe spot so I know where it is. She brought me, I don't know if I've still got it over here. She gets kind of upset if you don't save the stuff that she brings you. But this is just hysterical.
She does, and she will ask about it, and then you're going to feel real bad. Just say.
All right. Here's my latest little
Collection.
Like crow. All right, she picked, and I said, "Where did you get?" Because this is
I think they
garlic chives.
I think they have them next door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then this
Hi, Janice.
is decorative, but isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at what color combinations. It's decorative cabbage is what it is, or kale. I don't know. But anyway, she had me glue this nut back together. I said, honey, it's just not going to go perfect. But she said, well, Gigi, just do, I want it glued.
Well, and they did go walk around the creek and stuff the other day, too. So I think she picked up some of that then.
Yeah. But I do, and I like rewarding her for doing that, because it's just, if she's noticing these kind of things at 7 years old, just imagine what she's going to be doing when she's 20. I may not be here to see this, but in my heart of hearts, I know that she's just going to be one of those very highly sensitive children that, sees things that other people don't see, because she's been exposed to it at an incredibly early age, by the way.
Well, and again, she rewards it. So, I think a lot of kids have that ability, but a lot of times, they're more like me, where I'm like, oh God, would you please, we don't eat any more nuts at home.
And this is so funny, because I was taking a nap. She got home from school. She doesn't worry about waking you up, by the way. I mean,
I usually tell her to go do it.
She came in and she's so excited. Gigi, look at this. She has a whole Ziploc bag.
No, not a Ziploc bag. No, a grocery bag. A grocery bag inside of the, it was that full.
I was just like, holy cow, where did that come from?
One of her friends brought it to school
One of her friends brought it for her at school, just knowing that she would love it. I just love that her friends know that.
I'm like, that was way too many.
Check this out. This is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
We might see if we can get a little bit more of a... Get some gold stuff going here, y'all.
Now, I think what would be cool, I don't know if you can hold it up into the camera and sort of, because if you get up to the light, you can see sort of where it's going to hit. I think the smart thing to do would be let it dry all the way, because otherwise you're going to get pulls and it'll bunch up.
Did you use a lot of glue?
I did.
Well, that is important, because you want to feel the heft on that.
But yeah, I think it's going to be fabulous. Unfortunately, I don't think they're getting the light, you have to be just right there. But
yeah. I need to put a light behind it. I don't know if I can do it with this. No, I can't bring that over. We're in danger of the avocado box cratering, and that's not going to be good. All right, you just have to take our word for it.
Mm-hmm. So what we'll do is we'll wait for that to dry all the way.
Put it up here on my cute.
Oh yeah, on the dryer.
Faster than we think.
On the computer.
On the computer. That was a good idea, Mariah. No, usually I don't do that.
I know. I was like, did she just say yes? Did you see me go?
But that's such a gorgeous print.
There's no need to tear it up, and you needed to experience it in its most fullestness.
Absolutely. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about some of the possibilities we've got for number 19. We can work on number 19 out here. I do have some. All right, who is here that's talking about modern art?
I believe Allie was saying how much she enjoyed. There was a couple of folks, but I remember Allie in particular saying.
We've got more than one here. This might be.
Oh, which glue did I use? Yes, sorry. My favorite, my Mart craft. Sorry, I know it's gonna be backwards, but you can do that.
Oh, and we forgot about these guys, Mariah.
Because it spreads nicely, and I got my little makeshift spreader thing. You just use a little piece of cardboard or whatever. Spread it out thin, And the nice thing is it allows you to adjust. Because it's just too big of an area to use the art glitter glue. Like, that stuff dries too quickly to cover and be able to have a little bit of maneuverability with it. That's why the PVA glue is great. Because most of the time, well, now, this particular one is just more craft. I don't know about its acidity or, you know, like bookmaking ness of it, but usually that's what the PVA glue is about, because it does have a little stretch to it, which I think is good for the mask making kind of situation as well, because you're gonna handle it, you know, you'll want it to like bend a little.
All right, well, we already talked about this one. I'm bringing this back so that because I'm not sure.
Oh, Christy says do the cats and the penguins. I don't know if you asked about that, but cats and penguins, people are saying.
Oh, make those into a card? I think you're going to lose too much.
Yeah, I think the cats need to stay as is, just because you're going to lose too much. And I think that makes me sad. But I think the penguins...
And see, the penguins are too far apart.
They need to be a 5x7 card instead of a 4x6.
Mm-hmm.
Little chunky boogers.
And the frogs are just way too... I put them too far apart.
Well, they got those knees sticking out there.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cheeks on this one on the end here in his mouth. I think he's doing this. Oompa, oompa. I think there's just, I think it would be a shame to cut them down any more than they are.
Right.
Really think that. Now, we've got this jobber we could use.
Oh, the luncheon ladies. That's what Rhonda just said.
The lunching ladies?
Is that the...
No, this is... Were you here when I read this, Rhonda?
Well, I think that's just what she was remembering them as.
Oh, remembering them as the lunching ladies.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure she was there.
Here, how about that green?
That's some green.
Some green.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yes, it's a bare-hatted... Where's my pointer? Bare-hatted barbarian proposing to a bare-breasted woman on a balcony. Overhead, a rotty drops his bone betwixt the couple while a quacker nips at the bear. Whilst unaware of being consumed by a jaguar. See the jaguar here? On the left of the balcony, a llama grazes on a hedge. Below the balcony, a dachshund nudges a small snail with his nose, encouraging her to meet the black-tufted squirrel. See, here's the nudging the snail, black-tufted squirrel, emerging from a log.
I love the squirrel business. And these darn snails, you know, see, they just be coming out and gotta nudge them along.
And then we have, what is it, Mariah?
Oh!
Ship.
Can't remember ship. See, there's all the X's, and it's funny because it's a map.
Yeah, and this was a little piece left over from one of the other collage.
I have it down on a sticky note, and that's why I can remember it now, because I wrote it down.
I need to write it down here on the card. Because that's its title.
Yeah.
What is it?
Can't remember ship. And, you know, it's CRS. Gerald will think that's hilarious.
There we go.
I love that one so much. That's not going anywhere. That one highly entertains me.
I think that this one's highly entertaining. Mariah didn't think so.
Yeah.
It's a complicated audible.
I didn't understand it because I didn't understand the footballness of it, but then I was like, you know, it is hilarious though that's her because of her cheerleading days. She picked up some football information. Yeah.
It just makes me chuckle. I don't have anything to say about it.
And I said, well, maybe that's a John Madden moment.
Yeah, there you go. That's what she knows about. That's what she knows about.
And see,
football.
why I think that's funny is because those of you that remember the football game, and especially when it first came out, like John Madden's football game, and he would talk all the time and basically say the same things over and over again, which I think is kind of like how it went even when he was doing the regular TV thing. Because the funny thing was is he was always pointing out the very obvious, and that's funny. Anyway, Captain Obvious. I love that. I don't think it's gonna fit on the cards though.
No, these are not. These are prints.
It does me too, Deb.
Collage. These are collages. All of them.
It's any pics of you as a cheerleader? We probably have some somewhere. I've seen it. Oh, because we have your yearbook.
Yeah.
And I think isn't there one of you in there doing something cheer like? I don't know.
Oh yeah, cheering.
Cheering.
You know,
in the long skirts.
Jumping about.
In the long skirts.
Long skirt?
Weren't they long?
No.
They weren't short.
Yeah, they were.
How short? Not short like they are now.
Oh no. No. They would be, yeah, mid from the knee to the...
Yeah, that's a long skirt.
It would be longer.
Guess it depends on who you ask. I was a short skirt.
Okay, well, there's that. That was fun. Now, what was I looking for here? That wasn't it. Ah, wrong file. Oh, we do have some more. Okay, so I've got plain paper here. We could do something on this.
Yeah.
And then there's this lovely thing.
Oh, yeah, we need to get that on a postcard, and I think that is the size of one, right?
I don't know that I want this on a postcard.
Oh.
I think that this is really artwork. I'm putting that back over here.
Okay.
This just needs some more stuff done to it.
Here. Just so you know the size of the...
Okay. I do like this.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this too.
I like that too. And I even
it needs some more collage elements.
Here, and look, I have that piece left over from what I pulled off.
Well, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's just perfect.
We'll put that together.
Put that together.
And then here, I have some paper clippy things.
All right, paper clippy.
I got a llama and a cat.
All right. I'm just going to hand it back to you because it needs to be safe over there. Now, we've got this. The flowers are pretty much done. Here's another one. I like this one. This is like little fish eggs. I think this is just gorgeous because of the...
Yes.
I don't think it needs anything else. I was really on a fish egg thing here.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too. And this is another version of moonflower. Here is a landscape moonflower. Then we did this. We didn't even use this, Mariah. Where's the...
Well, I know, but I don't know. Here. Will that one fit? Oh, well, we did use one of those.
We did use one of these.
I'll have to, we'll have to do something at the top and the bottom, but that's kind of what we did with the other, and then just trim the sides. Okay, here, hand that one. I like that. I like 20. 20 is my number.
Okay, and we definitely have, this has to get in there. I really like this one. We might do this one on my birthday. Because I like that.
And that's very you, yes.
Old lady flower.
Old lady flower.
I've got two of those. I don't know which one I love the most. I like the leaves on this one, but I like the flower on this one. I like the smushy bits on this one. This one got a little carried away. I don't know. This just needs something. This is Starry, Starry Night, and I haven't decided yet what to do with that. And then here's some more. I think this is just really... I just love that.
Oh, I do too.
Much.
Makes me want to... Like there's techno music playing.
Yes, I see that. Absolutely. Now, what I want to do on this, I want to come in and hit gold and color the little.
Oh yes.
On that, because I think that's going to make it stand out more and make the background go in the background. Okay, I still have two here who are
Yeah, just
have nothing done to them. Those together. Then we've got, I think this is kind of cool.
we do. Well, there's gonna be a surprise, hopefully before the end of the month. I can't tell you about yet. Fingers crossed we'll get that out before the end of the month. But then the rest of the stuff we will, of course, try to get, ready for April. We'll have the April batch of things. Ooh, that's really cool looking. Do you remember how you did all that?
Sure. It's some of that I think it's the golden iridescent.
Oh,
Remember? I had some one time.
but
And then it's on top of gold, and then this
is
here
a wash.
is a wash.
Okay. Pretty groovy.
This is pretty groovy. And I love this one. This is pretty groovy too.
Was that going to be a postcard, or are you keeping that?
I'm keeping that.
Okay.
This is going to be a postcard, but it's pretty cool too. Look.
You need to do some of your pen work and whatnot on that. Why don't you do some pen work on that real quick?
Oh, and here, this is the size of whatever it is. But now, see, this one you would have a top and a bottom, but look, the size would be.
Yeah, that's great. That would be kind of cool. I guess just do a dark brown at the tops and bottoms just to kind of bookend it.
Yeah, and that Van Dyke brown. Okay, well, let's just work on this with some...
Do you want some of my markers?
No, I don't. Colored pencils.
There you go.
Colored pencils, y'all. Oh, I'll just bring the whole thing over because I'm probably don't worry, nothing was harmed in the movement of that.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
This is how things happen, y'all.
It certainly is. Okay, so we've got a little... Am I in camera here?
Yes.
Always sharpen your pencil.
Pencil sharpener.
And it's not like you're doing anything major here, okay? You're just taking, and really what this is doing is it's just establishing that, okay, meant for that to happen.
Oh, Lynn says we should do a special birthday sale on the website. Well, we could do double points on her birthday.
Oh, I would love that.
We'll work that
Well,
out.
that would be, yeah.
Stay tuned.
I might, lottery off one of my prints.
Oh.
Put people's name in that
Well,
thing.
we'll do it on stream because I like using the Nightbot.
Yeah.
Because it makes my life easier, just to be honest.
Just to be honest. Okay, now I think we need some hot pink. Just close your eyes, Mo. Yeah, I don't think so. Where's my... I like this one, but this is really kind of looking for something in between these two, and I'm getting low.
Get low, get low.
Getting low on see this one? Magenta.
Magenta.
These even look a little caviar, like like a little fishy. Or it's okay. That's really not doing anything for me. I need to come in with a brighter.
Did you find the one you wanted?
Yeah.
There we are then.
There we are. And this happens to be...
Does P use polycore? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I feel like I should know.
If I did, I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Need some marigold here. Marigold is always a good color.
You're really rounding those out.
Well, these were all done with brush strokes, you understand.
Oh, what is the make of the pencil sharpener? I actually do, I know I'm not trying to push the whole Amazon thing or whatever, but unfortunately that is where we got it. It is over on the Amazon store. And I don't know where else one would get it. It's fantastic. It really is.
Well, you might even be able to order it from the
I don't know, from
people
Blick.
that make it.
Well, maybe. Yeah, here, let me research that for just a second. We'll let you know. Let me look.
Just rounding them off a little bit, you know, kind of giving them a little bit
More shape.
Shape.
Because they were fluffy before. Now
Yeah, they were.
Making them more edgy.
Oh. Really like it. Okay, and one last thing that we're going to do here. I really love doing this. A little center part. We're going to take some of this right here. See this? Izzy's been peeling.
Izzy's been peeling.
And then I have to find my teensy weensy brush.
Mm-hmm.
This is very meticulous.
This is some meticulous stuff right here. She's got the teeny brush out. Well, I will say, unfortunately, does not look like Blick carries that type of. I mean, they have other like electric pencil sharpeners, but I can't speak to their ability to do what this one does, which is pretty cool because it has an option to change the how much of a point you get, which is pretty cool. And I like the space that it takes up, or you know how it sits over there, which is nice because it's not one of those long ones, which is trickier to
noisy.
And it isn't super like the old one we have is like a jet engine, and it makes the lights flicker. So I will just put the link in. Maybe they did already, but it really is a great little pencil sharpener, and she's had it for years now. Oh, did okay? Look, Mo already put it in there. Blog post and link to video regarding colored pencils, and there'll probably be the link there. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the link directly to the pencil sharpener. This is a nice little. I mean, it's $30 here in the States. Not isn't too shabby. Some of those pencil sharpeners are crazy expensive.
Yeah, they're not necessarily.
And it is not, yeah. That hasn't always been our experience that they are equal to their value. Look at that.
I think that is fun and fantastic.
Yes, definitely, Deb.
Just adds that little bit of, and it'll show up more when it's.
Here, listen to Deb.
What'd she say?
She says, "Are we considered veteran Arty friends if we remember the old pencil sharpener asking for a friend?" You've been around long enough that you remember when the lights flickered and we were all like, "Pencil sharpener."
We used to announce it. And like, sometimes I still
you needed to brace yourself.
And that in and of itself is just funny. All right, now what I did here is I don't know that y'all want to watch this,
I think it's all right. Got 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes worthy. I love the display out here. It looks beautiful.
It does?
I should turn us off and... Can I do that from here? That should be the screenshot. I haven't really been...
See, here's the thing about this. What we're doing right now, and in this kind of watered down, you can still see it, but it's separating that background from... And I'm not going to meticulously go around there. I'm just going to smoosh those all out and draw them in later. This is kind of like what some of you were saying about cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and cover up all of those little cute little dots, and then I'll draw them back in later.
Ah, look there. It does turn that off and on. Look at that. I didn't even think about that.
What are you talking about?
I'm learning things and doing things sometimes on the fly.
She does that.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaving it there long enough I can do a screen capture. Because it looks really pretty with the pencils and the other thing.
And the thing about this is you don't have to be too terribly exacting here, because you always have the option of coming back in with your pen and, you know, reestablishing your lines. But I think this needed this separation so that it really kind of gave you a focal point here.
Thanks, Dawn. That's sweet. You rock. Yeah, now I can hide from y'all. Well, normally, because like the way that the little screen things are all set up, it's sort of a separate deal. But I forgot that I have it like kind of set in a scene, so I can turn the whole scene off. And then I didn't even think about that, because sometimes I just the obvious.
This green one is my favorite.
Is it? Of the pearly colors?
Yes, and you can tell by lifting it, because
it has less in it than the others.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. So the AFMAP people have a website, and you can order directly from them.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. So there you go. There's the site. Perfect. Thank you, Eddie. Hey, let them know we sent you.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have an affiliate directly with them or anything, but just, you know, I like for people to know that we're making things happen out here in the world. Best we can. Oh, goodness. That looks awesome. I haven't like the swirly brushy marks.
Swirly brushy marks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could take them out.
No, I like that. I think because it really says that, you know, something's been done there versus it being like a wash or a glaze, or, you know, that it shows that it was painted on. No, she's not listening to me, but that's okay. I guess I shouldn't have said
that. I'll leave some.
She's feeling self-conscious about her brush strokes.
Brush strokes.
All right, we're at time.
We are. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the same thing with this little bit of paint that I have out here. I don't want to waste this paint, because this is like one of my favorite. It is green pearl. See that?
Aura, and you can get those Aura paints from Jackson's. They're fabulous.
And these are really, you know, my new favorite paints.
Oh, awesome! The astronauts just splashed down. Look at that. You know, we end the stream and we end it with a splash. Look at us making things happen. I told you we're making things happen in the world.
Making things happen in the world.
All right, my arty friends, we will be back here on Thursday. We will be full of thoughts. I am sure of it.
I'm sure of it.
Sometimes it happens right before the stream, but that's fine.
And sometimes I forget I'm supposed to be thoughting.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll keep a more, yeah, focused. I'm glad we talked about that. And look, this is almost flat.
Maybe we have some thoughts about masks and things. We can tie that
look,
in.
you can see how it's sucked down onto
Mm-hmm.
that edge.
Which is great. I'm so happy it's doing that. But this is why it's important to let it dry.
It really honestly is. And see, you did an excellent job, Mariah. I'm not seeing any lift. But the lift is really not a problem because you can come back in with the glue and just
address that with the art glitter glue.
Yeah.
All right, my arty friends, we shall be back on Thursday. We will see you then. Till then,
love you.
like a
Long haul.
bye.